Y'all, I thought I had some major regrets, but you all have some serious perfume regrets. Hey everyone, I'm Annie G, and welcome to my channel where the scents are sweet and the takes are spicy. Last week, I posted a video about my biggest regrets as a perfume collector. Y'all had some things to say in the comments, and that video helped me reach 1K followers. You guys, 1K? That is incredible. I am so grateful. Thank you to everyone who tunes in, comments, subscribes. It means so much to me. And so to celebrate, I thought it'd be fun if we went through the comments from my biggest perfume regrets video and reacted to your biggest regrets. Thank you for being here. And now let's look at what you regret from your perfume buying experiences. First regret. My biggest regret was buying too much too quickly because I was excited about liking different scents versus focusing on what I truly loved. This came up another time. This was a big theme I saw in the comments. People regretting buying scents they sampled once and that they liked versus that they were obsessed with and loved. Someone had a really good point of like, perfumes are meant to be desirable, are meant to be likable. They're literally made to smell good. So you're gonna find a lot of perfumes that smell good, that you really like, but do you need to buy them? And what is the difference between just a like and a love? But this regret came up a lot of finding a perfume being like, oh, I like that, I really like that, and getting a bottle, but then never wearing it because it's not like a love and an obsession. And I think it just comes with time, learning of what I have to have, what would just be nice to have, things like that. So that was a big regret. Also, this was a hot debate. Some people were like, I regret buying 3-ounce bottles of perfumes. I wish I would have just bought travels and 50 mLs. And then other people were saying, no, I wish I would buy the bigger bottle at a good price, use it until I don't want it, and either sell decants or sell the partial once I'm done with it. That is an interesting philosophy. I'm curious what you guys think. Are you team just buy the smaller one and use it up? Or are you team buy the bigger one and try and use it as some sort of investment or side hustle thing, and then eventually try and get your money back in the future? I am a bigger bottle buyer because I think I'm getting a better deal on it, when really I should be a smaller bottle buyer because I've never gone through a full bottle of perfume. So let me know. That's an interesting one. Another regret, my biggest rookie mistake was buying full bottles before I understood how strong I wanted my fragrances to be. When I got started, I picked a couple of beautiful scents, but felt like they weren't worth my money because they were so faint or didn't last long, and vice versa, spent a lot of money on beast mode fragrances that then I didn't wear because they were too heavy and cloying. That is such a good point. And that is why multiple sample wears are so important, so you can really get a feel for the longevity and projection. When you're just testing it, smelling it on your hand versus spraying yourself down, those are two different wearing experiences. So you might like it on your hand, but then when you spray it all over yourself, you're like, oh my God, this is too much. So I totally get that. Yeah, and then buying fragrances that you love the smell of, but then you pay $150 for the bottle and then it lasts 2 seconds and you're like, okay, well, should just get this smell in a candle or something at that point. So I'm with you there, sister. Yeah, another one, not being able to tell a like from a love. That was a big one. This regret, I relate to this so much. 2 regrets here. FOMO, scarcity marketing. Getting got by this is limited edition, or this is discontinued, or this sale won't last forever. Oh my gosh, the FOMO of those situations is so real. And then just buying a perfume because you're like, it's gonna be gone, or oh my gosh, there's only so many, I have to have it. It's happened to the best of us, and I too have regrets about giving into FOMO, especially the discontinued perfume FOMO. Seeing a discontinued fragrance at a discounter, being like, oh my God, if I don't get it now, I'll never be able to get it. That's really hard to fight. And then secondly, and I think this is another really important one that I totally relate to, is buying perfumes that are trendy but aren't you. Like Glossier You, that perfume is so trendy, so viral for so long, but does that really smell like you? Or like Yum Bougie Marshmallow, or what's another really, Guidance. These really popular, hyped perfumes, and then you spray it on and you're like, oh, but then you already bought the bottle because it's so trendy and hyped, but it doesn't actually feel like you. Yeah. We've all been there. And that's a hard one. That's a hard one to fight. Another regret was buying perfume from an outside in perspective. Oh, if I have this perfume, it will make me feel rich, and therefore I will be rich. While certain perfumes can boost your confidence or make you feel powerful, it can be a really slippery slope to then just buying a bunch of expensive perfumes being like, oh, this will make me a boss lady. No, you will make yourself a boss lady by working hard. We can get little boosts from our clothes and our makeup and our scent, but that's the slippery slope, because if you're just buying all these on-wash perfumes because they're really strong and makes you feel luxurious and rich, that can be a slippery slope. Not saying that every once in a while doing that is a bad thing, because I've certainly done that. But like buying perfumes in the hopes that it will change your identity, I don't know. Another big regret was buying too many samples. Now that is a hot take, because their reasoning was because they're difficult to sell and they bad really quickly and you don't actually wear them. And sometimes you just buy samples just to know what something smells like, but then you're not actually going to use the sample and wear. And I am so guilty of that. I have so many samples just because I wanted to know what it smelled like. But typically when I just want to know what something smells like, I'll just get the 1 ml sample decant size from Scent Split, and that kind of helps because then it's just 1 ml. So then there's one wear basically for me. But I hear you, it can add up. Samples aren't cheap if you're buying a lot of them at a time. And then it's like, what do you do with these now? It's hard to recoup your funds and it's hard to use them all. So that is an interesting take. Do you guys agree? Is there a fine line between sampling and then getting too many samples and just wasting your money and perfume? That's an interesting one. Oh my gosh, this one cracked me up. My biggest regret was giving my favorite men's cologne, Amen Tobacco, now discontinued of course, to a man I was dating. I should have kept it for me. I liked it and wore it often, but allowed myself to be peer pressured into giving it to him. Huge mistake, as was dating him in the first place. Oh, girl. Over 10 years later, it sticks in my craw that he got my favorite scent off me. I relate to that so much. Girl, you are not alone. There is always something lost in a breakup that you're like, why'd they get that? For me, it was a flannel, the best flannel I've ever had and I've ever worn, and I loved it so much. I gave it to this guy that I was dating, never saw it again. I think about that flannel often. A lot of people said they regret their Middle Eastern fragrances, which I would like to comment on that. I think we all lump Middle Eastern fragrances together when we mean affordable Middle Eastern fragrances from the more inexpensive dupe clone houses. But Middle Eastern fragrances, like Amouage is a Middle Eastern fragrance house. Kayali technically is a Middle Eastern fragrance house. Oman Luxury. So do you regret all your Middle Eastern fragrances, or do you just regret the super affordable ones that you bought without testing? I'm guilty of this too. I lump them together all the time because it's colloquially what people say, but I personally regret the affordable dupes that I've bought, not necessarily all my Middle Eastern fragrances, if that makes sense. Selling discontinued perfumes, that sucks. And then selling perfumes too quickly without giving them a full chance and then regretting it later, that's fair. Buying a full bottle and then being like, oh no, I actually don't like it, instead of trying to give it a chance. And then a year later, you try another sample of it and you're like, oh gosh, I actually love this and I would wear it all the time if I had it. We've been there. We've all been there. Okay, and so those are some of your biggest buying regrets. And honestly, same. I think we all share similar regrets for shopping and perfume buying. So thank you for sharing. Again, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. That is so fun. I'm so excited to keep making videos for you all. Let me know what kind of videos you like to see, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. I'm here for you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I need ideas. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.